So the classic approach to negotiation is positional bargaining. In positional bargaining, I have a position, you have a position, and we each haggle over those positions. Now, the rules to positional bargaining are very clear. You start with an extreme demand, but not so extreme that the other side thinks that you're crazy or bluffing. You concede stubbornly, and you demonstrate a greater willingness than the other side to walk away from the negotiation table. So you go to the car dealer, you want to buy a Corvette. The car salesperson says, $80,000, take it or leave it. You say, 80? Tell you what, 40, take it or leave it. And you start arguing and haggling, crossing your arms, threatening to leave. An hour later, the car salesperson brings that number down to 70. You've gone up to 50. You each then demonstrate a greater willingness to walk away from the negotiation table. You say, you know what, there's actually another Corvette dealer down the street. Maybe I'll just go there. And the car dealer says, well, you know what? You see all these people standing in line here? They all want to buy this Corvette. You each threaten to walk. But if you don't walk, you might end up typically somewhere in the middle of those two other numbers. 40, 80, you might end up around 60. However, this probably isn't the best agreement that you could have come to. All this is doing is arguing over one single factor, a number. And that's the problem of positional bargaining, is that I might have a lot of other interests at stake, but none of them are getting shared within this very strict form of positional bargaining. There's another form of negotiation that at the Harvard Negotiation Project, some of my colleagues have developed. We call it interest-based negotiation. The idea here is let's not argue over positions, let's argue over underlying interests. Why do you want the car? Well, I want the car because I have 3 kids, 3 boys. I want a safe car. I don't really care about the sunroof. I don't need to look that cool, but I want a car that's not that expensive. I want one that's energy efficient. And these are all of my interests. Now, the car dealer has his or her own interests. If I ask you right now on camera, what day do you think I bought my most recent car? Literally, what day? You should know. It was December 31st, right at the end of the year, because I knew one of the interests of the car dealer in my area was they needed to get these cars off the lot for the next year's cars. They were more likely to go lower because they had other interests at stake. So interest-based negotiation says don't just focus on the positions, what you say you want, focus on the underlying interests. And this is just as true in contemporary society. Whether it's a business example, 2 people arguing over a contract, don't just focus on the positions, focus on the underlying interests. When it comes to policy in the United States or elsewhere, you say, this is your position on healthcare, I say this is mine. Let's not argue over the positions. What are the underlying interests? Why is that policy the one you want? Then you can extract so much more value when you focus at the level of underlying interests.